In management matters, military retirement reform and the Thrift Savings Plan. The Federal Retirement Thrift Investment Board, or FRTIB, manages 401k-style savings plans for about 4.7 million people. That includes 700,000 military service members. But those ranks will swell in the years ahead. For more, I'm joined by Kellie Lunney, senior correspondent for Government Executive. Kellie, let's start with the 2016 National Defense Authorization Act. It contains a provision which mandates the auto-enrollment of new troops into the TSP. Tell us more.
That's right. It mandates that all new troops meaning service members who come in Jan 1, 2018, will be automatically enrolled in the Thrift Savings Plan at 3% of their pay with a 1% government deposit. After 2 years of service, the government will be able to match up to 5%. The notion behind the law is to get service members at every stage of their career interested into contributing to their retirement nest egg. Right now, 83% of new service members do not get a pension because they don't spend a career in the military. And so this is a way that everybody can start saving early and have skin in the game regardless of whether you stay 20 years or less.
Now, how is the FRTIB positioned to handle all of those additional participants?
Well, they've done this before. They have experience, most notably in 2010, when they had to implement an auto-enrollment plan for federal civilian employees. As you know, TSP has 4.7 million participants. They anticipate that they could get up to 250,000 more per year with this new auto-enrollment with service members. They are talking to their vendors who they have contracts with, trying to understand the IT piece of it right now. They do have 2 years to implement this, so they have some time to do it. They're also ready to bring on more staff or additional resources if they need to. They're not necessarily anticipating that right now. The other part of it is they have to work with the Defense Department, specifically the Defense Finance and Accounting Service, which does payroll for the Pentagon. And they're going to be a very significant partner in getting this implemented and up and running correctly.
Now, here's what I want to know. What role does the Smart Savings Act play in this discussion?
That was a law that was passed in 2014. It was implemented this past summer. It's really sort of a model for what they're trying to do with the service members. That law auto-enrolls civilian employees into the L Fund. The L Fund is a life cycle fund. It's a TSP offering that essentially is a higher risk but higher yield offering. It's something that is pegged towards your retirement year. L 2040 would be, if you are somebody who is anticipated to retire in 2040, you would be in that life cycle fund. And really the idea behind that is to get people who are new employees into the system into a higher yield at the beginning of their career so that when they get closer to the retirement age, it goes to more conservative offerings. And the idea being that at the end of your career, retirement, you have a bigger nest egg to have to work with.
Now, Kellie, there's at least one aspect of military retirement reform that's viewed as controversial. I'm talking about lump sum payouts. Bring us up to date. Yes,
that's right. That really affects the people who stay in the military for an entire career, 20 years or more. Right now, if you stay in the military for 20 years, you get a pension at the end when you retire, and you could retire when you're relatively young, 45, 46, even younger, and then go on to a second career. Right now, those service members get a continuous payment. It's a monthly check, essentially, pension check. With the lump sum option, they will be able to choose to take a lump sum of their pension when they retire. They could take the entire lump sum, they could take a partial lump sum, or they could continue doing the continuous payments. The controversy around that is if you make an unwise investment with your lump sum, when you take it, you have to wait until 67 for those pension checks to restart again.
Interesting. All right, before you go, put all of this into context for us. Will military retirement reform make the TSP stronger?
It certainly will make the TSP a stronger component of the overall military retirement system, and that's really the intent of the law, is to get service members at every age, at every stage of their career, regardless of how long they stay in the service, to contribute to that nest egg, to start contributing, to not even have to think about it, essentially, so that by the time they leave, they can roll it over to a 401k if they decide to take a private sector job, or if they decide to stay in, they could potentially get retention pay at 12 years. So it's really about making the TSP a stronger part of the military retirement system. On the other hand, this is the responsibility of the service member to educate themselves about the best investment choices that are before them, and that's the financial education piece of it. The Defense Department is really going to have to do that. It's a really important piece of this law to educate all members about what their options are.
You bet. All of this very timely information. Kellie Lunney, Senior Correspondent for Government Executive. Thanks, Kellie.
Thanks very much.